So, meet Billy Halleck. He's the kind of man you might see every day and not think twice about, but there's more to him than meets the eye. Billy is a successful lawyer, living in a quiet, picturesque town called Fairview. It's the sort of place where everyone knows each other, and life moves at a gentle pace. The streets are lined with tidy houses, and the community feels close-knit and safe. At home, Billy is a loving father and a devoted husband. He's always ready with a joke or a smile for his wife and daughter, but there's no getting around it. Billy has a big problem: his weight. He's significantly overweight, and it's starting to affect his life in ways he doesn't always admit. His friends and family are genuinely worried about his health. They see the warning signs: shortness of breath, trouble moving around, and the way he brushes off their concerns. But honestly, Billy doesn't take it seriously. He laughs off their worries, insisting he feels fine. Billy enjoys his work as a lawyer. He's good at what he does, and he's built a comfortable life for himself and his family. He likes the feeling of security and the little luxuries he's earned. He's a very confident man, maybe even a little too confident at times. He walks with his head held high, certain that he can handle whatever comes his way. Billy often uses his skills as a lawyer to get out of trouble. He knows the law inside and out, and he's not afraid to bend the rules when it suits him. If there's a problem, Billy usually finds a way to talk himself out of it. People in Fairview respect Billy, and some even fear him. He's helped many of them in court, winning tough cases and protecting their interests. His reputation is solid. He's the man you want on your side. But sometimes, Billy's confidence crosses the line into carelessness. He can be reckless, convinced that nothing bad will ever happen to him. It's a dangerous attitude, but Billy doesn't see it that way. At the end of the day, his wife, Heidi, and his daughter are his world. They love him deeply, and he loves them back. Even if he doesn't always show it in the ways they hope. They support him and really want him to stay healthy. They try to encourage better habits, healthier meals, more exercise, but Billy resists. He doesn't see his weight as a big issue. Even though Billy is overweight, he shrugs off the risks. He jokes about it, saying he's just big-boned, or that he'll start dieting tomorrow. But tomorrow never seems to come. He loves eating: greasy burgers, rich desserts, late-night snacks. Food is one of his greatest pleasures, and he doesn't want to give it up, no matter what anyone says. From the outside, Billy's life seems perfect. He has a beautiful home, a loving family, a respected career, and the admiration of his community. Everything looks just right. But beneath the surface, trouble is brewing. No one, not even Billy himself, expects that something terrible is about to happen to him. His world is about to change in ways he could never imagine. One night, Billy and Heidi are driving home. Billy is distracted because, well, he's eating while driving. Suddenly, an old gypsy woman walks into the street. Billy doesn't see her in time. He hits her with his car and, she dies. Billy is scared. He tells the police what happened. But because Billy is an important lawyer, his friends help him out. The judge and police chief cover up the accident. Billy doesn't get in trouble. He does not go to jail. The old woman's father, Todd Zulemke, is heartbroken and angry. He believes justice has not been served. During the court case, Billy seems happy to escape punishment. He laughs and feels relieved. But Todd Zulemke has a plan for revenge. After the case, Billy is leaving the courthouse. Todd Zulemke, the old gypsy man, comes close to Billy. He gently touches Billy's cheek and whispers one word: thinner. Billy is confused and doesn't understand what this means. At first, nothing happens. Billy thinks it's just a strange moment, but soon, he notices changes in his body. He starts to lose weight quickly, even though he eats the same food as before. Billy remembers the old man's whisper. He realizes he has been cursed. The word thinner is not just a warning, it's a powerful spell that will not stop. Billy's weight drops every single day. He eats cake, pizza, and even more food than usual, but he still gets thinner and thinner. His family is worried, and, well, his clothes become too big, and he looks sick. At first, Billy is happy to lose weight, thinking the curse might actually be a blessing. But, soon he becomes scared. He cannot stop losing weight, and he starts to feel weak. People begin to notice his strange appearance. Billy's friends do not believe his story about the curse. His wife is frightened and confused. Even doctors cannot explain what is happening. Billy feels alone and desperate as he keeps shrinking. So, Billy tries to find a cure. At first, he's hopeful. Maybe it's just a weird illness, something a doctor can fix with a pill or a shot. He clings to the idea that there must be a logical explanation, something rooted in science or medicine. But as the days go by, and his body continues to waste away, that hope starts to fade. He visits many doctors, hoping someone can explain what's happening to him. He sits in waiting rooms, filling out endless forms, describing his symptoms over and over. Each time this doctor will be the one with the answer, the one who can finally help him, but all of them are just confused and worried about his rapid weight loss. They run test after test, poking and prodding, but the results never make sense. Some doctors whisper in the hallway, others just shake their heads, baffled by his case. The more they investigate, the less they seem to understand. Some even think he's lying about how much he eats, which, honestly, just makes things worse for him. They suggest he's hiding something, maybe suffering from an eating disorder, or not telling the whole truth. Billy feels judged, isolated, and completely misunderstood. The frustration builds inside him, making him feel even more alone. When science fails, Billy starts looking for other answers. He spends sleepless nights scouring the internet, reading medical journals, and flipping through old books, desperate for a clue. He even digs through his own memories, searching for anything he might have missed, any detail that could explain what's happening to him. He visits a fortune teller, and well, he even tries magic and some pretty strange cures. He's willing to try anything: herbal remedies, mystical rituals, even charms and spells. Each new attempt brings a flicker of hope, but it's always followed by disappointment. Nothing works, and his condition only gets worse. Billy becomes more desperate and angry with each failed attempt. The fear and frustration eat away at him, leaving him feeling powerless. He lashes out at the world, at himself, at anyone who tries to help. The sense of doom grows heavier with every passing day. He begins to think more and more about the curse and the gypsy man. The memory of that strange encounter haunts him, replaying in his mind like a nightmare he can't escape. He wonders if maybe, just maybe, there's something supernatural at work, something beyond science or reason. That's when Billy realizes that only Tadzu Lemke can help him now. It's a terrifying thought, but it's the only one that makes sense. If this is a curse, then only the one who cast it can lift it. So he decides he has to find the gypsies and beg them for mercy. With nothing left to lose, Billy sets out on a desperate journey, determined to track down Tadzu Lemke and plead for his life. It's his last hope, and maybe, just maybe, his only chance at salvation. Under the cover of darkness, Billy finds himself driving down a lonely, winding road, his mind racing with desperation and fear. The headlights cut through the night as he approaches the remote gypsy camp, hoping against hope that someone there might be able to help him escape the nightmare his life has become. Every mile he drives feels heavier, the weight of his guilt and dread pressing down on him. But when Billy finally arrives, the reception is anything but welcoming. The gypsies, gathered around their campfire, turn away from him, their faces cold and uninviting. There's a palpable sense of hostility in the air, as if his very presence is an unwelcome reminder of past pain. The memory of the accident that started all this is still fresh in their minds. They exchange uneasy glances, their expressions hardening as they remember the tragedy that Billy caused. In their eyes, he's not a victim. He's the one who brought this suffering upon himself, and many of them believe he deserves every bit of the punishment he's enduring. Despite their coldness, Billy is desperate. He falls to his knees in front of Tadzu Lemke, the elder of the camp, pleading for mercy. His voice cracks as he begs Tadzu to lift the curse, promising that he'll do anything to make things right. In a last-ditch effort, Billy offers money, more than he can really afford, hoping that it might sway Tadzu's heart. He promises restitution, swears he'll fix what he's broken, but Tadzu Lemke is unmoved. Forgiveness for him is not something that can be bought or bargained for. Tadzu looks Billy in the eye and tells him, with a voice full of authority and sorrow, that actions have consequences. Billy must pay for what he did, and no amount of pleading or money can erase the past. Overwhelmed by frustration and fear, Billy's composure shatters. He shouts in anger, his voice echoing through the camp, fists clenched in helpless rage. The tension in the air thickens, and the gypsies draw back, wary of what he might do next. In a reckless move, Billy threatens the gypsies, demanding that they help him, trying to force their hand, but this only deepens their resolve against him, making the situation even more volatile and dangerous. Finally, seeing Billy's desperation, Tadzu Lemke relents just enough to offer a grim solution. He tells Billy there is a way out, but it comes at a terrible moral cost. Tadzu explains the ritual in grave detail. Billy must pass the curse to another person. The only way to do this is to bake a pie, mixing his own blood into the dough, and then give it to someone else to eat. The instructions are chilling. Billy must prepare the pie himself, ensuring his blood is part of the recipe. The act is both literal and symbolic, a dangerous gamble that will transfer his suffering to another if they eat the cursed pie. If the chosen person eats even a single slice, the curse will leave Billy and take root in its new host. It's a horrifying choice. Save himself by dooming someone else. Billy is left to decide just how far he's willing to go to escape his fate. Billy is completely shocked by the plan. He really doesn't want to hurt anyone else, but he's scared of dying. So, he bakes the pie, just like Tadzu said. He thinks about giving it to the judge or maybe the police chief, anyone who helped him escape justice. But in the end, Billy gives the pie to his wife, Heidi. He blames her for not supporting him and for her affair. Heidi eats the pie and, dies. Later, Billy's daughter almost eats the pie too, which is just horrifying. Billy is horrified and realizes the curse is still dangerous. Billy's life is destroyed. The curse has taken everything from him. He finally sees that revenge only brings more pain. Thinner is, more than just a scary story. It really shows what can happen when people avoid responsibility. Billy's first mistake was not telling the truth after the accident. He used his power to escape justice, but, well, revenge found him anyway. The movie also teaches about guilt and forgiveness. Billy never truly says he is sorry, he only wants to save himself. By trying to pass his curse on to others, he just hurts even more people. Thinner warns us that our actions have consequences. We can't run from our mistakes. In the end, the curse wasn't just magic, it was also Billy's own guilt and the pain he caused others.